Hi, I'm Avishi. Welcome back. So, I wanted to start this series for a while where we talk about things that matter. Things that matter to teenagers like you and me. So, today I want to include you in on a very honest, unfiltered conversation I had with my friend Harshita about mental health struggles, peer pressure, academic pressure, toxic friendships, relationships, all of that stuff. I really hope this episode ke through you feel seen and understood. Okay, so I was doing this exercise with myself, right? I want you to take a moment, pause this video, and I asked Harshita this too. When has your mental health been at its best? You can comment if you want, but here's what me and Harshita discussed.
2021 or 2022, when I was keeping check of my physical health as well as mental health. So I learned that balance is supposed to be good, and I was like, let's try that out, and I did. And I used to wake up on time, follow a diet plan that worked for me, not a diet, just an eating pattern that worked for me. Went to the gym, slept on time, tried at least, had a good social group, everything. That was when I was at the best of my mental health. How about you?
With me, it was like, I think it's been like recently, like recently, ever since I've stopped caring about what people think of me, and also ever since I've stopped overthinking. It was when my teacher said that Avishi, you need to stop thinking so much and you need to stop being in your head so much. And that's when I realized that actually I am so in my head all the time about the littlest of things, and it's so unhealthy, like overthinking every little thing, and constantly thinking. Like actually you're not supposed to be constantly thinking. Like if you're watching a TV show or you're doing something passive like that, you're not supposed to have a constant stream of like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, and if I don't do this, this will happen, and this person thinks that.
Whenever my mental health is good, I have realized that it is all the times when I'm focusing on the present and not dwelling over the past or not worrying about what I will do in the future, what I am doing with life. I just care about what I'm doing right now in the given moment, and I romanticize the hell out of it. That's when I feel good. Exactly. So I have learned to shut like the constant thoughts in my mind and like send them to the back of my mind, which may or may not be unhealthy, but works for me, so I do it.
I think to some extent it is healthy, because we think too much. We're constantly thinking, and I think maybe it's just also like the constant influx of social media and all of that, and just the little analysis of every little thing and how you're being perceived. I think that's what social media is about. That you think of yourself as a profile, as something people will see.
See yourself in a second person point of view, like I want to look this way to others.
Exactly.
That's how you start seeing yourself because of being on social media too much. So I tend to take breaks from social media a lot. I disappear a lot on people, and I come back in like 2-3 months and they're like, are you alive? And I'm like, better than ever. So yes, being on social media, it's this constant comparing, they are doing that with their life, I am not. That's how it is. And what we fail to understand is things are not what they seem at face value at all. People show the good sides of their life and like the highlights. Basically it's a highlight reel, as someone said someday, I remember. And life is not like that. That's what you need to realize. And taking breaks from social media is amazing for your mental health.
And we always think that we're under constant scrutiny, but that scrutiny is just the scrutiny we have for ourselves.
Exactly.
And the criticism that we give ourselves. But nobody is doing that. Nobody's sitting there and looking at you like, oh, you look like this today, and you seem stupid today, you see this and that.
What you just said about thinking that you are constantly in the eyes of everyone and constantly thinking that you are being perceived, that is a very much psychological phenomena called the spotlight effect that I recently learned about. And it's basically that when you think all eyes are on you, they are not at all. And if they are for your positive things. Just one thing that makes everything so much easier is the fact that if you think all eyes are on you, and like, okay, say I got a big pimple on my face and I'm very insecure about it. I'm like, shit, what do I do? Everyone will judge me, my friends will say this, people will think this way, that way. Just realize that nobody cares at all. People are too absorbed in their own insecurities and worries to look at you in a negative light. If you think all eyes are on you, it's for a positive reason. So nobody gives a damn about your appearance, how you are doing in public, anything, unless they are evaluating you specifically.
Before we move on, I wanted to tell you about something that has genuinely saved me so much time and effort, and I'm here to alleviate your stress too. There's this amazing Chrome extension I found out about called textblaze. Textblaze is a productivity tool that eliminates the need for repetitive typing, such as in emails. So for me, whenever I have to respond to emails about school and stuff like that, there's like a general approach to writing it, like hello, hope you're doing well, and end with thanks and regards, avishi, stuff like that. So you don't need to write that again and again in each email. Also, if you're writing an essay or if you're doing any sort of school related work and it involves repetitive typing of something, you can create a shortcut for it with this Chrome extension. It's really helpful. You can use keyboard shortcuts to insert basic text and even full templates in any site. With the link in my description, you can get 1 month free of TextBlaze. Pro will get even more features, but otherwise TextBlaze is also free of cost. Definitely sign up for TextBlaze and tell me if it helps you. People could look at you and think you're so beautiful, but you only see that one little thing. And then it's like, okay, you notice something that you are lacking in, or something that you don't like a pimple on your face, you don't like it, right? But that doesn't mean that you're unlovable and that you're not likable by your friends and family and people in your life, you know?
We fail to give ourselves credit almost all of the time. We don't focus on what we are doing. Instead, we focus on what we are not doing.
Exactly.
Again, that boils down to not living in the present for me. Like, when you are living in the present, you see what you have in front of your eyes, you see your accomplishments, you see your achievements, and you give yourself credit for that. I feel a lot of times when I feel like I could have done better on something, anything, a test or whatever it is, I reassure myself and I console myself by saying that, alright, okay, ho gaya jo hona tha, I can't do anything about it now. Like, well done me for doing what you have done. I always console myself by telling myself that I have done well in the given situation that I had at hand. And if I feel like I could have done better, then okay, better luck next time. Do better next time. Why sit and dwell upon things that went wrong?
If you're an ambitious person, like I'm a very ambitious, goal-oriented person, having big goals doesn't mean that you don't recognize your little accomplishments, and doesn't mean that, you know, if you fail in a little thing right now, that doesn't mean you won't accomplish whatever you want to accomplish in the long run. You know, like little failures doesn't mean that you're an unsuccessful person. It doesn't determine your success or your worth as a person, you know. And also, like, external success doesn't determine your worth anyways. Like, that's very hard for me, and I can say it very confidently, but it's very hard for me to like actually internalize. You know, it'll never be enough. You will never be enough in your eyes. You will never have accomplished enough. You will never have done enough in your life for you to be happy. You know, मैंने observe किया है that people love to put others in boxes. Like, they attribute your worth to only one thing, and they see you as this unidimensional creature and not this like human being composite of so many things, you know? Like, oh, she's smart or he's really good looking, and that is all that matters to you about them. You don't even see them as a human being outside that. But the effect that your opinion has on your self-perception is crazy. Like, if people only respect and appreciate you for one thing and you're trying to break out of that thing, you're trying to expand yourself in other ways, then it becomes such a limiting factor. से इतनी anxiety होती है. I think something externally that also impacts this is your relationship with your parents, relationship with family, and relationship with your friends. You know,
If you have uplifting, optimistic people around you, your self worth will definitely go up. People that you feel like accept you for who you are, and people with whom you can be yourself. I am saying this with experience. Do not let people walk all over you. Do not let them use you.
like, look at the amount of like self-help, personal development stuff out there on the internet and books and stuff like that. Like, if you're not doing absolutely everything, and if you're not this perfect individual with a perfect mindset, perfectly confident, great speaker, great everything, then you're like worthless, you know? But you're not. I don't want to be another superficial person on the internet. I want to talk about meaningful things through this series. So tell me if you have any ideas of things you would like for me and my friends to talk about. Also, like, suggest a name for this series because I don't know what to call it. Share this with your friends because I genuinely want to spread awareness about this. You're not alone, your struggles are valid and you matter. Like and subscribe. Bye bye.